Hi guys, my name is Meads, and this is going to be a review for the Robot Spirits Villkiss. This is the file version, I believe, and also an exclusive or limited release. Since you have the shipper box here, that's a Bandai collector shop. This is SP there, as well that another logo there, but it's a colored box. It's kind of interesting sometimes. They kind of change that. Sometimes they have a monochrome box. But I always prefer that they release them all with colored. It's such a nice box art. Now this is coming from the anime Cross Ange. So basically Angie, the main protagonist, is piloting the Ragna Mail, or the mechs of this. Now the Ragna Mail are quite interesting. They turn into flyers like this one, like the airplane mode, and they transform into the mech. Really cool. And this is Villkiss. And Villkiss, I guess this is towards the end, which for some reason I haven't watched yet. Towards the end, the Ragna Mail got a transformation and turned into this. So here we go. That's the box art, and let's take a look inside. Alright, I have the Villkiss here. As much as I want to do the side-by-side comparison with the original one, it's basically the same mold. With basically we have the red markings on all over the body, like the chest, the shoulder, and even on the blue parts here. I believe the gold is a darker shade. It's basically the same mold, but this particular figure set does come with more accessories and gimmicks. Yep. Alright, so let's start with just going over a few details and articulation. Alright, so the first, I'm just gonna go over this. It's gonna be attached here. And I think I believe all of them have that attachment for your stand. You got your wings here. Now you have the sword connector right here on the left wing. So I'll pop this out if I can. That's another thing with this particular figure. There's a lot of sharp points, especially that shoulder. Just a lot. And you gotta be really careful as you move things around. Sometimes it snaps on you, or something pops out, and you might end up stabbing yourself, or you might end up breaking certain parts. So take extra caution when you're handling this particular figure. But those sharp points are really amazing. I really like the design of this. It just stands out. Really cool. Right, so we got the sword here. And on the other side, this is actually kind of new. You have the gun attachment here, which is just pegs in over there. There's a little tab here. There's also another attachment on the back, kind of like the back plate. You can swap that out, and you have this, and you can attach the rifle on the back as well. But I figured it's a lot cooler on the wings, kind of balance out the sword on the other side. Now we have the head here, really nice, and you have the crest. It looks like there's a siren there. Really cool. You get your shoulder here. It just kind of rests on top. You got the nice movement there. You got the really skinny arms here. You get your elbow joint. And from time to time, they do pop out. And as well as that. But you get really good articulation. You get that bolt joint, gives you that bicep swivel, and you get your wrist joints. Quite nice. We'll just pop this in. There we go. And on to here. While we're at it, she does have a special effect part for the arm here. And they have an energy shield. This just tabs in here. May have to bend it a certain way just to clear out certain parts, but you get that nice pink shield, and just pop that out. Now on the other side here, it's different. You cannot mount the shield there. Now for this side, you have the sword, and let me see if I can grab the other hand. So for her, you have the closed fist, You have the open hands here. Sorry. There we go. Some nice details to it. And you have a pair for holding the weapon. I got the left here. Let me find the right one. Alright, I found the hand. Somewhere. Alright, so let's first attach it to the rifle. Just gonna give you an idea of what it looks. So you're just gonna slide this in. Be careful as you push this in. The first time it might be a little too stiff. And you don't want to stab yourself with the sharp points again. So just be wary where the sharp points are. And yeah. Right, so that attaches there. And we're just gonna swap this in here. Pop this out. And the first time, as many hands are, actually this one I gotta give it a little bit more slack there. It's gonna be hard to put on. So take your time. And there we go. And it's not centered, but good enough. Alright, so you got your rifle there. Let's give it a little bit more pose. I should have went over the rest of the body. But you got your legs here. You got double jointed leg. See those hinges there. Quite nice. Now you got ball jointed on the hips. You have this wings here. It's a hinge right there. And you also have that hinge right there. Kind of like a ball. Which you can also rotate. So quite nice. Then you have all of these things here. You got your ankle joint right there. You get this fin here. You have your toe articulation, which you can bend right there. You can see that hinge as well as this thing. But this just folds on the back. This one, it just kind of sticks out like that. But you can bend it, kind of give it a little bit more, I guess, style. So, there we go. The knee bend is not that great since it kind of gives you this hollow part here. But looking from the top down, it's not too bad. Alright, so we got that. Other than that, we're gonna swap this out. And it's a little difficult since the handle is not straight. In some sense, it actually gives you a bit more grip, but it's a little difficult to play with it. And let's attach the sword here. There we go. There is another effect part. It's a lot of effect parts. So this comes with this beam sword here, and it's just kind of like a power up, and it's like a sleeve. Just put it on. Quite nice. And to go along with that, you put your shield here. Alright, and there you go. Really nice. Now also, the wings. You can swap it out with this. So for this, this is actually a little bit tricky to put on. Alright, so for these, so you kind of match the end of the fins. And it's always, the longer part is out on the outer side. You just gotta take this out here. And you pop that out. And the weird thing is your attachment is just that little peg right here. So you might want to attach this first here so you get more surface area. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. And I guess there's a little peg on top too. There we go. So you get like the expanded wings. Same thing on the other side here. Take this out. Take out the folded flap. Replace it. I usually just put the top one here first. There we go. And peg this in. And as you put this on, just be careful. Take your time. Alright. So you got those wings. And there we go. Looks really cool. Let me get a bit more light there. Really nice. Alright, and there's more. As you can see on the box, she does have this crazy shoulder thing. It's basically when the shoulder opens up. You kind of see that. but it's all molded together. It's nicely painted. You got a lot more of these sharp points here. Crazy. And if you've seen the review for Hysterica, it kind of resonates to that because I think this is kind of like the counterpart for Hysterica. It's like you got the white and black yin and yang. So we got Villkiss, and we're just gonna pop this out. Yeah, there it goes. Pop the shoulder, replace it with the right one. Right there. There we go. I'm not gonna put the shield on because I don't think it's gonna fit. There we go. Let's do the other side here. And yeah, it's really flashy, but it's cool. It's a cool gimmick, and definitely you're gonna have that, especially if you want to be anime accurate. And try to put this on here. It's not working. There we go. So that's really cool. And it doesn't end there. There's a lot more cool stuff. Alright, so this one seems like you're just getting the normal rifle and blade. I mean, you do have the effect parts, but even better, they gave you this crazy rifle here. This is probably some kind of a special weapon. And it does have like a bayonet here. Some kind of interesting part here. It looks like it's when you combine this rifle and the sword. So you have this. This is the fold down version, which you put on when it's on that flyer mode. So we're gonna just take this out here and swap it out. Now this is the extended version. So basically they swing it out. I don't think they can do this normally. If they did that, you're able to swing it out, it's gonna be really fragile. Hence why we have a second one here, which I didn't mind. I'd rather have them two separate pieces, and it's great of them. They've done that. Yeah, this scale is just too small, and it'll be just too fragile. Now there are connection points here on the peg. Now this connects on the back side. Basically, you're gonna, in some sense, you're gonna lose that connection, but they give you this. So this kind of hooks on the back, and you're just gonna put the rifle here on the bottom. I'm not gonna swap it out, but you can store it on the back. So again, this on the back, and you can put your action base connection there. Alright, and let me try to put this on there. Alright, so to put this on, you gotta carefully remove this bottom part here. You're just gonna pop this, and just be careful. As you pop this, you might be putting stress on the handle, and pop this out. Maybe pop out the end on the handle first, but either way, get that out there and put this on. Now, I am hoping that it has enough friction or grip on the shoulder joint for her to hold it up. And let me find that. There we go. Get that back there. Yeah, this is ridiculously long. There we go. Well, she's holding it so far. That's a good thing. I put this back on here. There we go. Alright. And yeah, not too bad. And this is just great. I really like this pose here. It really stands out. It's a nice figure. And I forgot to mention that this part here on the wings, this backside, it does move up and down. This gray piece, as you can see, kind of gives you a bit more articulation. I'm not sure if I talk about the neck here, but yeah, for the most part, it has good articulation. It's just that there's a lot of parts at the same time that you got to be really careful for. And this will really test your patience as when you're trying to pose it. Just keep that in mind if you are getting this one. And it's one of those that you gotta be a bit familiar with it. This is my 5th one. There's 6 total. 2 are regular release. I'm still trying to get the Enryugo. That's a normal release. But 4 of which are exclusive. And after a while, you get used to how they are transformed, and you know, the little subtleties or little tricks as where things goes. You get more comfortable with them. But if you're getting this for the first time, or any of the Ragna males, you're gonna have a little bit of difficulty at the beginning. But yeah, that's that. And let's see if I could do the transformation. Let's try it. Alright, so transformation, as always, is the fun part. Alright, so we have to dismantle this. It's a part swapping transformation. You have this core here. Basically, the body gets elongated or stretched back. As you can see, the head here, the torso is right here. Yep. So to do this, first thing you'll want to do is detach the bottom part right here. Right there on the hips. So we're going to detach that, and we'll set this aside. We'll work on that in a bit. Now here, let's remove the crest. It's a little tricky to put this on or take this out, but kind of just wiggle it out. This two here on the side stays, so try to take it out from there. Set this aside here. Now we're going to pop out the shoulder. I always go for the ones that more than likely will have an issue, or you may get your fingers tangled up upon, so you don't want to damage those. I just clip that. Alright, so be careful as you do this. And we're gonna pop out the whole arm here, so just push it out from that red. Don't take the red piece, we don't need that part, so just take that out. If the forearm armor pops out, that's fine. Then the next part here, we gotta take off the wings, and it's a little bit difficult to do this sometimes. There we go. Pop that out. There we go. Then the next part is the torso. So we gotta push this outward, and sometimes finding that sweet spot. So I just gotta push this white piece from the backside and just gonna slide it out. I kind of forgot. There we go. So what happened is this bottom part, which is pegged in, you may want to just pop this out too, but you're not going to use that. So this just slides out. Let me do that again. And let's see, I'm trying to figure out. There we go. So this just slides out. There we go. And the bottom part here goes away. We're not going to use that one, so we need this. And on this one, yeah, we're not going to be using this, but this is the connection here on the back side. It's a gray piece. I guess once you put it on there, it's a little difficult to take out. I might have to press it from the top here, but yeah. Alright, so getting back to this, so we grab this, and we're gonna start putting that stuff we took out from the main body. So the first one, we can put the head here. There we go. Then you have this for the shoulder. We're just gonna take this out and just kind of remember how they are put in. Otherwise, if you forget, there's some instructions. But we're gonna take that out. Just makes it a lot easier to put things together. We're gonna put this on now. This is the chest piece. It just slides in there. There's a little bit of a gap. You got this bar here. Slide that in. And remember the bottom part we took out. That's the reason why we took it out. There we go. Next part, we can start putting the wings. While we're at it, it just pegs it in there. There we go. Again, be careful for the fins. And put this other one here as well. There we go. It's probably easier to do that. Just lay on top, then press on it. And we're just gonna set this aside. Now for this little ones, we're gonna put the arms. Now it's kind of confusing which one goes to, but if this is on the left side, you're going to use the left arm. Put this on here and put this down. So just imagine that it's going to be tucked in. And I think I did it wrong. Sorry. It's supposed to be this one. Since the connection is right here. There we go. What am I doing? All right, there we go. No, put this underneath. So as if the shoulders are gonna get tucked in there. Yeah, like this. And we're gonna be connecting this one. So it's gonna be flipped over like this. It's kind of weird how they done it, but this is on the left side. Now on the right side, similarly, we're gonna do the same thing. Find that part right there. So if it's connected this way, the body's here, and just move this around, flip it over. Did I just so much for the review, huh? Alright, the left hand or the left arm has the shield connector right there. Okay. Alright, getting back to track. Probably confused a lot of you. But you can put this together a bit intuitively after a while. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not looking at the instructions anymore. And we're just gonna attach it here. Back to that peg connection. So there is a bit of a restriction once you have the shoulder here with this wing. But again, just imagine the whole body is leaning back. Then you have your right arm here, using the right shoulder there. Similarly here. Do the same thing. There we go. And the next part is, let me just put this out of the way. Getting back to the bottom lower part, we're gonna take this out since this is gonna be repositioned. And this one, we're just gonna lift this up here as far as we can and just slide it out like this. And I think that's it. I think we might have to, actually we gotta fold this down. There's a little tab there that kind of locks in place, and that's it. So just get this out of the way. Now attaching this, it's going to be on the other side, but there is a peg connection for the base. You have several options. You usually just have this. This is to hold the, or yeah, just like an extension once you have all that stuff there. They also give you this. This is for the weapon. Unfortunately, they don't give you one with, or having that attachment for the weapon plus an attachment for the base. So unfortunately, we're not getting that. And we're just gonna try to tuck it in. It's kind of interesting because I think Hysterica doesn't, the arms is on the outside and the legs is in the middle. Yeah, this one's the other way around. So you kind of spread the legs outward, and you're gonna pop in that waist joint. There's a little tab here, kind of connects all together. There we go. So I got that pegged in. Kind of just move the legs out of the way. Kind of just straighten them out. Again, take your time. I am sure taking my time here. Put this on here. Now, typically they mount the sword, not the sword, the rifles here, but for her it's a little different. And but we do have this connection here. All right, so as I try to fiddle with this, getting it all together. There we go. Now we can put this on here, and it will just slides in there. There we go. Be careful on that tip right here on the white part, not to hit something. And I think that's it. Actually, I'm kind of curious because I wonder if I just swap this out. We can probably swap that out. Can we? Nah. I was trying to see if I can swap out the handle here and use this as a connection point. I haven't tried that yet. Let's try. If that's the case, then yeah, it wasn't clear on the instruction of how to mount them with that rifle on the bottom. And hopefully this is it. Alright, get that there. It's not going in. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, that works. And so we have a peg connection now. Alright, so what am I missing? Oh, yeah. I think, so that's pretty much it for the flyer. But you do have the palette. So they give you this clear piece, the clear palette for Ange. They have the blue version originally, but now we have the clear. I guess they're going for the white uniform. Putting this on is a whole new problem of its own, and let me try that. Alright, so she's just gonna rest on top, and her hand is supposed to, how do I put this, get tucked in there. It's gonna be difficult, and you might want to use some toothpick to kind of just help you push that down like so. Same thing on the other side. And actually, if you remove this whole front part, the chest, it actually gets in there quite nicely. But once you start pushing or put this back on, it slides off. But I think she's in there. All right, and let me put her on the stand. And here we go. You got the flyer here, quite nice. I think it will be great to have the open wings. We can do that too, but I don't think you can put this one here. It's just gonna be a little too flashy. I could try, but I'm not going to. I don't think it really fits. On another note, I really wish we could put this on there, but I'm not sure if I can remove this top part, swap it out. I'm referring to this. I mean the bottom part. Yeah, but I don't think we're getting much of that tolerance. We can put this back here, but this one, if we put this on, we have a bit more length, like the other flyers. Their gun sticks out. And this one, yeah, this one doesn't have that attachment for here. So we're just gonna stick it on to here. And I think it goes this way. There we go. It's so finicky. There's just so many things. Alright. And let me just bring out the rest of them. And this is it. Oh, almost. I'm just missing Enrico, which I'm trying to get a friend to get it for me. Eventually, I'll get all 6. I'm using a Damashii Stage Trident, and that is the best way to display this. Although I have to use 2 since I want to get all 6. The Trident, the first one they came out with, can only hold 3. And you kind of have to configure it to hold 6. Although the third arm right there is part of the base, or the big connection of the base. Hence why I cannot have 6. I could have, but maybe I'll wait for the Trident Plus, which gives you this setup, 5. Then I can use one of this to complete that throughout the 6. Anyways, enough of that base talk. This just looks great. We have the pilots here. Managed to have them hanging there. Hysterica is the only one that does not have a pilot, because the main antagonist of the story, Embryo, I think pilots it kind of like remotely, and he tends to shift through dimensions, so he technically doesn't need to be there, but this is the main enemy here. And he's the biggest out of all of them. Villkiss is smaller, Ragnamail. The other two on the back are big, or somewhere in between, medium size. Yeah, really great. Now, in terms of costs or prices on these guys, they are quite expensive. Villkiss, I believe, was around 70 bucks. It might have been cheaper now, around 50, but it's high up there, and that's the normal release. Now, if you're looking at Theodora Cleopatra, they're about $80-$90, and Hysterica right here, it's over 100 bucks. So this right here is already $500. This set, and that's quite a bit. Yeah, just a heads up, if you're looking to getting this particular set, you're gonna be spending quite a bit. And for the most part of it is this 4 here are limited, or they're limited release. Only Villkiss and Eringo are normal release, hence why it's so expensive. But I really wanted to have this set up, and I finally got to it. And even if I'm missing Enrigo, this looks great on its own. Yeah, really nice. If I had to pick which one's my favorite out of all 5 so far, I'm thinking that Enrigo would be probably the same as the red one there. I have to say I really like Hysterica, because Hysterica, it's so huge. You get that awesome wings. It's just amazing. I like that one particularly more. Yeah, and that pretty much concludes this review. Hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, let me know. Anyways, that's about it for this review. I got mine from Nippon-Yassan. Sometimes I get my exclusives through there. Otherwise, I get them from Tatsuhami. Anyways, that's about it for this review. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.